Um, Here's an update on my whole neighbor situation. The one that, the same guy that, called the cops on us over, like, these wooden posts, or, you know, and he's been arguing with us about, building his fence. The one that the lady was in favor of when we asked her if the fence was okay. When we were just asking, we were being polite about it, but she just, she made it seem that we were the bad people attacking this guy, which wasn't the case. He probably thought that, okay, whatever, because he thought, that we were the ones to put up the fence, even though he he can think that all he wants. That fence was there forever. We've had like several neighbors who have lived there. They didn't have a problem. If that was the case, fine. He built the fence. That's not even like the issue now. Now what happened was he got in an argument with my dad over like a parking spot on the street. From what I understand, my dad went to park his truck in front of his car, like, and this car doesn't even like run or anything. Like, it's just basically taking up space. It's just a car that he just pushed there just to save his spot in the street, which is just stupid because he has a driveway. He doesn't park any vehicles there, and he's just parking all of his vehicles in the parking spot. And he's using this car so whenever somebody leaves, they can just park the car there and push it when they come back. So no one can, that's what he was doing, and he did that to my dad, and he put the car like, I wasn't there. I was working. This happened on Sunday. I was working on Sunday because that's normally when I work. I just work on the weekends because my life sucks. And no other job has wanted to hire me to like actually give me a Monday through Friday position. That's what I want. I want a normal flippin' job position. That to me is normal to me. Like, that's. I want the weekend for myself, but no. And so, yeah, on Sunday, he left it like right in the middle, like right in front of our house, like right in the middle where if he would even park on either side of the car, my dad was gonna like take up, half of, like, he parked it in front of his car, and his front end took up like half of our driveway. I'm sure he could have parked it behind his car, but he didn't want to do that because it would be closer to his house, and that guy was probably going to do something to his truck because we don't know what this guy's intentions is. So, he just, and he knew that the car, it doesn't even, it's not even painted. I don't even think they have any, like, plans on making this car run at all in any near future. So my dad just said, screw it, I'm not gonna leave my truck here blocking half of my driveway. So he went back further, and he pushed the car, and it didn't even like do anything to the car. The car rolled along the street quite easily, and he came out. He was at home, and he came out, and he started screaming at my dad, and because of this, he wanted to like, he wanted to like assault him basically. Like, he wanted to throw hands with the guy, like with my dad, and my dad's like, I'm not afraid of you. And my dad, he isn't a guy who, he isn't afraid of anyone. He's not gonna take this crap from anyone. So my dad said, come on, bring it. I'm sick and tired of your bull crap. So yeah, they were gonna fight about it. My dad got the ticket, of course, because that's not something you do, and we paid it and whatever, and okay, fine. And I don't know. He claims that he gave him a ticket. I'm not sure. I don't think he gave a crap, quite frankly, either way. So, after that whole debacle, after the cop left, he puts up a sign with a middle finger, and in Spanish it's a bunch of vulgar things directed at my family, saying that, we're motherfuckers and thieves, and we're gay ass faggots, and like go fuck your moms, and like that's the like word for word what it says in Spanish is fucking gay ass faggot. No, fucking gay ass thieves. Go fuck your mother faggots. That's what it says. And it has this middle finger, like, like, I guess he traced his hand, drew his hand, giving us the middle finger. And he has a storage unit really close, like, right in front of our, like, doorstep, like, not at our doorstep, but, like, right in front of our house, dude, okay? So he puts this sign with big flippin' huge ass letters right where we can see it from our living room, dude, okay? And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is just the most immature bullshit. Like, why? Look, the police did their job. It was over. Yeah, we got the ticket. That should be the end of story here. You shouldn't, on top of that, think, oh, I'm gonna get back at these guys. Dude, you called the cops and everything, okay? What more did you want out of this? And he puts this sign up, okay? And we're seeing it from our freaking living room. And I'm like, what is this bull crap? This is something that a child would do. And my parents are like, they're middle-aged, man. I mean, they're not at the age to be reading this bullcrap from their. And here's the thing, he's like that. It's one thing that he flips us off whenever he sees us, which he does. It's one thing that he says crap to us whenever he sees us, which he does. But to put up a sign that is flipping us off 24/7, dude, that's bullshit. Okay, that's where I draw the line. I was pissed off about it. I went to the cops about this and said, hey, look at what he did. And then the sheriff's all like, the chief of police was all like, alright, so this is where we're at with this. Because of freedom of speech. Okay, and as soon as he said that, I'm like, this guy isn't gonna do anything, is he? Like, this isn't a flag. This isn't, anything that I could say, okay, fine, whatever. This isn't like. I would even, like, be okay if he had an ISIS flag hanging right from where he hung that flippin' sign. Okay, like, okay, fine, you can say that's freedom of speech. You can have something that says, oh, Trump sucks, Hillary sucks. Yeah, okay, I get it, that's freedom of speech. This to me is harassment because he's, like, specifically, like, saying this to us, okay? Like, you cannot have this freaking sign directly. Like, if it was just random as, a nonsense of a bunch of bad words, okay, fine, I can see where, like, the legality of freedom of speech, like, cause, yeah, it's not like you could argue that he's not saying it to us. Granted, we're, like, the only people seeing this from our living room. And there's a bunch of trees in the way, and not that many people are, seeing this sign as much as we are, but this is, like, stuff that he's yelled at us before. And we already know that he's saying this to us, and he's putting it in a location that we're seeing for the most of the time that it's there. Okay, so this isn't like to me, there really isn't much of an argument to say, oh, it's freedom of speech, he can put that crap up there. But that's what the police said. So he said that he was going to talk to his district attorney. And from what I understand, is that he did talk to the district attorney. He gave me a call saying, okay, we're going to see something about the sign. I was like, all right. It took this like a day, and then like right at like night when the guy's home and his wife's home, I come back from the gym. They're arguing with the police officer. And apparently the police officer said, okay, this is messed up. Take that sign down, because of course it's just a nasty flippin' middle finger. Okay, this isn't, like, if it was just a middle finger, I get it. Like, it's still messed up that we would have to see that, and there'd be more of a case to argue that it's freedom of speech. But granted, I still say that he's giving it to us, like. So the police officer said, take it down, and the guy's all like, no, I'm not taking it down. So he gets a ticket, and he says, I'm still not taking it down. So we were pissed off about this, because when I got the police involved, I was trying to nip this in the bud, so to speak. To just end this already. To not have this to be a continuous thing. These people, instead of like nipping it in the bud, to me it seemed like they made it worse. It's like I made it worse. My dad's like, see, they didn't do anything. Why didn't you just take it down, Roberto? Okay. Which I understand that, but I wanted to like give this guy like, okay, look, this is ridiculous, because if we were going to take it down, he was just going to put another sign up again, and I just wanted to say, okay, just go over there, tell him to take it down. That way, if they give him a ticket or anything, he won't put up a. But apparently this guy doesn't care anymore. Like, he just doesn't care. He just wants to make our lives the living hell, and apparently assault us 24/7 with a freaking sign at a storage unit that, by the way, the lady that we went to see about the fence said that he had to move it. But since I don't think she's, like, gonna do anything about it, I really do think that she's on this guy's side, and she's not really gonna hound him on this freaking storage unit. And I think this guy's just gonna put, like, a bunch of signs up to piss us off, and this is just freaking ridiculous. So, the next day, yesterday, I went to take my mom to the eye doctor, like an hour away from here, an hour and a half. We did our business, and when we came back and no one was home, I took the sign off and said, well, this is ridiculous. If they're not going to do anything about it, I will, because this is just a piece of cardboard with letters on it. If he calls the cops, this isn't something to, like, fight over. If he calls the cops saying, hey, you stole my property, like, I thought this is a bit much. This would be a bit much, you know, if he wanted to call the cops on me over this piece of crap thing. And, you know, he took those. And my mom said, and I broke it because it is thick. So I bent it and broke it, and I threw it in the trash. And my mom said, like, no, throw it over to his fence so he won't have to. That way he'll see it, and he won't call the cops on us if it's on his property again, and, you know, whatever. And you won't have an argument to call the cops. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll throw it at his side. So I threw all the pieces over his side. Then, of course, he did what I thought he was gonna do, which was, like, tape it up and hang the freaking sign again. So my dad was pissed. He's all like, why did you give it back to the guy? If you're gonna take it down, do it right. why would you give it back to the guy? I'm like, well, he called the cops over, like, over 2 pieces of wood. Why wouldn't he call them for this piece of crap sign that he's so passionate about leaving up? So now, granted, I didn't know about this whole debacle between him and the cop just yet. Okay, like, I didn't know that the cop actually did tell him to take it down. I'll get to that in just a little bit, but at this point I didn't know. Like, I just thought that they told him to be a nice neighbor and take it down, and he just said, nah, I'm gonna leave it up, and they just left him alone, considering that it's freedom of speech. I thought he was using the freedom of speech argument. So I told my dad, okay, today I'm gonna, like, take it down and whatever. I'm not gonna give it back. And that's what I did. But here's the interesting thing, is that the chief of police went to my house and he said, you know what this is, and he talked to my parents because I was taking a shower, and he's like, alright, this is the situation. He doesn't want to take this sign down. We asked him. He shouldn't have it up there. I talked to my, like, apparently, yes, like I said before, there really isn't much of an argument about this. Like, this is harassment. He is giving this message straight to us. This isn't like, oh yeah, this is freedom of speech. I mean, no, this is a giant sign directed at us, and he's just taunting us and harassing us and wanting to fight us. And, you know, insulting us. What is he doing? What is that guy, like, looking over at me for? Whatever. What the fuck's up with this town, dude? Like, you know, do whatever you want, you know? I hate this frickin' town. So, yeah. And then the guy told me to fill out a report over this. Like, dude, you're the freaking chief of police, and you're letting him push you around. That's how... I just feel so mad about this, because it's like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? Like, there's cops who shoot at little kids, dude, because they have, like, a Nerf gun in the street, or I don't know what. Or there's cops that, you know, they choke a dude for I don't know what. Now, granted, you could say yes, that's police brutality, but at this point, I want some police brutality against this piece of crap. I want some of that little police brutality against this piece of crap. Because this guy just isn't doing his job. Like, it just seems that he's letting this guy get away with all of this crap, and they're just shrugging it off and saying, oh, okay, well, whatever. Like, not really doing anything, and I get it. They can't really do much about it without actually, like, punching this guy in the face, but at this point, I'm not saying that police should just do whatever they want, but neither should this guy. Okay, so yeah, I gave him the report and whatever, and we'll see where that goes, but I took the sign down again and threw it in the trash, broke it into pieces, and if I have to guess, this guy's just gonna put up another freaking sign. And again, that's what I was trying to avoid when I got the police involved, but the police aren't really doing anything, so at this point, I might as well just take down each freaking sign that he puts up. And if he's gonna cry about it and whine about it, then I'm just going back to the police again and say, look, this guy is, like, you're letting this guy walk all over you. Like, are you really gonna let this guy walk all over you? Like, it baffles me that other places, everyone in the neighborhood Like, it baffles me that what I'm trying to say is that you have the Young Turks on there saying, oh, police are too tough. Police are monsters. Police are this. I don't see that. I think they're being very respectful, but I wish one of these asshole cops that the Young Turks claim to be, that every cop happens to be, was like these people would be. Like, I wish for an asshole cop to just punch this guy in the fucking face and say, you know what, stop being an asshole. I'm the freaking cop in this town, bitch. Leave your neighbors alone. I'm sick and tired of coming over here to talk to you about some stupid little sissy bullcrap. That's what I want from this fucking... Like, I get it that they can't do that. I respect them to, like, you know, to not take the law into their own hands and say, and not be a dirty cop. But at the same time, they're being too passive about this. Like, I don't know what they could do with, like... I don't think anyone would be against them if they would just take the sign down themselves and say, hey, don't put it back up. We're the freaking policemen. Stop with this nonsense. We don't have time for this. We have other stuff to do. And this guy doesn't seem to care. I don't know what to do with this guy, dude. The police aren't, like, phasing him. He just does not care. And I'm sick and tired of it, like, and I'm just doing this video just to vent. I'm gonna, like, upload it and everything, but granted, I don't know how long it's gonna take to upload. It's just... But yeah, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick... I wish... And I don't want my dad to fight this guy. Like, I don't want him to get in trouble. Like, and he doesn't want to get in trouble either. But he's, like, losing his mind over this guy, dude. He, like, wants to... dude, he tells me, like, these horrible things that he wants to do with him. And I'm like, Dad, come on, don't do that. Do you really want to do that? Like, do you really want to, like, spend your life in prison over this guy? He's like... No, and he understands that. He's like, man, I'm sick and tired of this guy. And that's what he tells me. And I'm sick and tired of it, too. And I want a restraining order. But when I told the police officer about, hey, can we get a restraining order on this dude? He's all like, yeah, you have to go out, fill out the paperwork, pay a fee. You know, because, of course, we have to pay a fee. And then the judge decides it, and he made it seem as if this was, like, petty bullshit and that we weren't gonna get the thing anyway. So I'm not gonna, like, waste money on something that a judge is gonna later say, oh, yeah, no. Thank you for the free money, but we're not gonna give you that, because that's just petty. He was kind of like Gamer from Mars with all of this change the channel bullcrap. He just, you know, when Gamer from Mars says, oh, yeah, everybody's criticizing... you know, Channel Awesome is being petty about this. Well, I don't know. I don't think they are. I don't know. I don't want to go up to a judge and have him or her say, oh, yeah, well, I think you're exaggerating. We're not going to give you this. And the only, you know, actual proof and evidence that I have is the picture of the stupid sign, okay? But this guy... You know, he cursed out my parents, okay? My mom, he cursed out my mom. My mom's like 50 years old. She has diabetes. She's about to be a grandmother, and he's cussing her out. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is not something that she should have. She shouldn't have to listen to some freaking dude arguing over a parking space at this time of her life. Like, she's going through a lot right now. Her freaking, you know, my little brother, you know, got married kind of behind our backs, but, you know, that's neither here or there. And my dad's mom, my grandma, she died this year, just recently, and this guy is giving him this. Like, he shouldn't be going through this either. So I'm sick and tired of it. Screw this guy. What the fuck does he want? Yeah, so I hope something comes out of this. I hope that he doesn't bring, but I'm guessing that he will. And I'm guessing that this time around he's gonna nail it to the freaking wall instead of just, hanging it up. I'm guessing that's the case. I know who this guy is, and I try to put myself in his shoes. But there's not a thing that I can, understand of this guy, There's not a thing. Because we didn't start anything with this guy. When I try to get into his shoes, I'm like, the only way I can get into his shoes is, oh yeah, I'm just gonna move right next door and be assholes to these people. Because we didn't do anything to this guy other than just sell him a truck. And then somebody stole his speakers, which, okay, fine. I understand that we're the only people that he knows in the neighborhood, so of course we're obviously going to be the only suspects in him. But without any fucking evidence, he comes up to us, says that we're the ones who stole them, and says that he wants his speakers back. Well, guess what? We don't have your speakers. At this point, I don't think you should even believe that we have your speakers. And I told the police officer, even if he gets these speakers back, do you think that he's gonna drop this crap with us? And then he's all like, no, I think he's just gonna say that, oh, I was right, he had them. And I looked at him straight in the fucking eyes and said, well, what do you think we should do? And he's all like, I don't know, this guy's an angry dude. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this fucking town? We didn't do anything with this fucking dude. So, yeah. Screw this guy. And have a nice day. And I guess I'll update this video when something else happens, because I'm guessing he's gonna put up another sign. And I'm guessing this is gonna be some piece of shit. Another piece of shit story. So, goodbye and have a nice day with this bullshit.